Oh yeah. So I've been waiting to get in here to tell you. Like, I was gonna scream it from upstairs when it happened, but I was like, nah, I'll wait until we get into the podcast room since we're gonna do a podcast today anyway.
Yeah.
Remember that story I showed you a couple weeks ago about the lady that had 23 contact lenses removed from her eye?
Yeah.
I just put a contact in over a contact. I just did it just now, right before the show. And I was upstairs and I did it. And I'm like, whoa, my vision just got super blurry. What's going on? And then I realized that my dumbass put my left contact lens in over my right one. And I was like, oh my God, it's just like that lady. But it was so obvious that I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I could see it right away. Right away. I could see that, like, my vision is noticeably affected. So they had to just be rolling back there when she was asleep. And she just, she just think she took him out every night?
I'm worried about what this is leading to.
What do you mean? Oh, no. No, this is something legit that happened. Like, I'm not
my God,
bullshitting
that's
you.
crazy.
Yeah, and I was really close to being like, Tracy, oh my God. But then I was like, no.
My next question is, you were trying to put your left contact in your right eye. Why? Did you take it out of your left eye?
No, I hadn't put it in yet.
Oh.
I was putting in my contacts. I put in the right one. And I don't know. I guess
and then you were
going to
do it again?
I blacked out. And I was like, oh, yeah, doo-doo-doo.
You glitched out for a second.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
I
put
put my left
my contacts in.
And I put my left one in the right one, not remembering
Weird.
that I just put it in.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then I thought about that lady. So it had to have been happening at nighttime when she was sleeping. That's why I don't sleep in my contacts, man. I don't trust that shit at all. I don't care how advanced the contact lenses are. I don't care how, like, breathable they are.
I can't feel them at all. I don't feel
that's
contacts.
what everybody says, but
I've never been able to feel my contacts. I can feel it when I don't have them in.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
It is weird.
I definitely like this.
I never wear frames.
Yeah, I prefer my glasses for sure.
Yeah, I don't. I
Like,
can't stand glasses.
When I was traveling, I wore my contacts a lot. When I travel, I wear my contacts a lot because it's just easier.
Yeah, because you're on the plane and...
Yeah, and like if I need to put sunglasses on real quick, I can. Instead of like switching from glasses to sunglasses. Like, people don't realize what a wear out that is. That's such a wear out to like have to carry around. First of all,
that's why I don't do it.
Yeah. You have to carry around a case to put your glasses in, right? So then you automatically need a bigger purse for that.
Yep.
And then, like, going inside to outside or vice versa, like, you're scrambling every time to try to switch out your glasses really quick. It's a wear out.
Yeah. It is. It's a wear out.
That's why I just end up wearing my sunglasses in the store, my prescription ones, because I'm like, I don't have the energy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
do this.
Yes, I
switch
wear
out.
my sunglasses inside.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm high anyway. So
They're prescription.
I want to cover my eyes.
They can't see you.
Yeah, they can't see me when I have my sunglasses on. Well, these past 2 weeks have been quite a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Quite a doozy and a double whammy for me.
Yeah, dude.
All the entendres, because I had hysterectomy. I had it last Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Tuesday the 1st of November.
Yes.
I had my hysterectomy. I have to say, I highly underestimated every part of that surgery. Every single part of it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be back to work in 2 weeks.
I think that's because it's outpatient and you're thinking,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, this will be meh.
Yeah, but no, I was highly mistaken. I'm 2 weeks post-op now, and I definitely don't think I could even work 4 hours. Like, I don't think I could even do half a day.
Yeah.
It's really hard on your body, a lot of fatigue. The fatigue is crazy. And on top of having a hysterectomy, I also got COVID 4th day post-op. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So my mom came up to help me after my surgery. That was the plan. She was going to stay with me for a few days and you know, because I have the upstairs bedroom here at the house. So she was going to be the one to like go get me stuff downstairs and bring it upstairs and all those things. Well, the day of my surgery, she was not feeling well. She actually asked the nurse while they were prepping me for surgery to take her temperature. She didn't have a temperature, so we just kind of wrote it off as like, well, it's allergies, whatever. And then 2 days later, she was still having symptoms, so I made her go to the doctor, and sure enough, she was COVID positive. And then slowly, one by one, we all succumbed. We all went down.
Rose the white flag.
Yeah, yep, we all went down. I was the last one to go down, but I went down nonetheless. So the COVID fatigue coupled with post-surgery fatigue has been pretty insane. I've been trying to move around more. Yeah. I can't walk very fast, I've noticed. The couple times we've gone to the store, it's been like... Yeah. I'm struggling to keep up with you. Yeah. Not a lot of pain, just like I'm worn out. Yeah. The fatigue is crazy, and just not being able to move quickly and not being able to move very well. Yeah. I'll say this though, it has helped my posture, because if I slouch,
sit a certain way.
Yeah, because if I slouch, I really feel it right here in the front.
Oh, weird.
I can feel like my organs like smashing together.
Weird.
Yeah. So the fibroid that was on my uterus, come to find out, because I had my post-op appointment today, my first post-op. Come to find out, it was almost the size of my uterus.
Yeah, man, that's wild.
It's wild.
Is he going to biopsy it by any chance?
It's not cancerous. Cancer really never was that big of a concern of mine, because neither doctor that I saw really made that a concern. Yeah. They were like, they look benign. They look like a fibroid.
Yeah. That was definitely a fibroid. There wasn't anything evil looking about it, but it was just like, big.
To see the size of that thing was absolutely insane. I couldn't believe it. And not only...
So that was the big one,
That was the big one. Yeah. And then I had several small ones still attached to the uterus. But that one, was almost the size of my uterus, which is insane. And so I definitely needed that surgery. Definitely super glad. I was telling Phoebe, how would this picture have looked if we had never gone to see doctors in Colombia for the lulz? Like, we went to those doctors in Colombia just because, like, well, I haven't seen a doctor in like 3 years.
Because it was cheap.
Yeah, but like, most people don't think to do that, you know? Yeah. It was just, there was something that was like pushing us both to be like, hey.
Would you have gone? Well, it's probably like, hey, we've done a lot of drugs in the last 6 months. Maybe we should go see the doctor.
Yes, that was definitely a factor. 100%.
I mean, yeah, I think you probably still would have gone when you got here, don't you think?
No, because
I would just basic stuff.
Because I would have had to have insurance, and I'm not going to get insurance just to go to the doctor just because. Nah. I definitely wouldn't have. That's why I say, like, if we hadn't gone, then what down the line would I have had to deal with?
Well, it would have gotten bigger, and then they would have had to cut you.
Yeah, that's true, because they didn't have to cut me. They went through the vagina, which is wild. Wild.
So you had a baby.
I did, too, actually, because the fibroid's almost as big as the uterus. Yeah. Big. Yeah. I mean, I could not believe
when a baby's head is like that.
Yeah, and they were both that size.
And they're like, like that.
Yeah, crazy.
Like a tennis ball.
Yeah. Crazy. I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, it's really fortuitous. Is that the word? That we went and saw doctors in Colombia, and the one doctor found it. She found it quite easily because it was actually protruding like out of my skin. Like you could see a lump on my skin where the fibroid was. Although I wasn't experiencing any symptoms, I just went just because I hadn't seen a doctor in a while, and she was like, really need to get a sonogram. And yeah.
And sorry, I'm not yawning at your story.
No, I know.
I'm yawning because I'm high.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And she was like feeling around. Is that why she wanted to do a sonogram? Like, did she have a reason to do the sonogram?
Yeah. So
did she give you a pelvic exam as well? Okay.
Yeah. So when I went to her, because she was like, she asked me, "Are you having any symptoms of anything?" And they go through the checklist.
Yeah.
Are you having discharge?
Yeah.
Are you having pain?
Right.
Blah blah blah. No. Everything's fine. And so I was like, I just want a full checkup because I haven't seen a gynecologist in like 3 years. So she was doing the pelvic exam, and almost immediately she said, I would like to do a pelvic sonogram on you. And I was,
she felt it and she was like, oh,
yeah,
that's not a baby.
And she never said anything. Like, she didn't say anything. She was really sweet. She was just like, well,
she didn't want to alarm you for no reason.
Yeah. She was like, I have a reason for concern. She was like, but we're just going to take a look. And they did everything that day. It was in a hospital. So like everything was there. And yeah, I actually had 2 pelvic sonograms done at that hospital that day. And both people that did my sonograms were like, you got something in there.
There's something in there.
Got something in there.
Well, they took it out. It's gone. And now you're in the home stretch of everything.
It's just crazy how things work out, man. You know, like, thank God we went and saw the doctors there, because I definitely wouldn't have done it here.
Well, as it got bigger, you would have.
Yeah, but then it would have been an emergency.
Yeah, then it would. Yeah, then they would have to cut.
And I would have been, kind of in a bind money-wise, because I probably wouldn't have insurance in time. Yeah. The stars all kind of really aligned to make this happen, really. So
yeah,
I'm thankful that I was at least responsible enough to see a doctor after all the drugs I did. Not that this had anything to do with that.
No,
but,
it did not.
This
was probably growing inside of you for years.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Years.
He said, I mean, they've been allowed to grow that long because I haven't had symptoms. The only thing that was weird that I noticed was that the last couple of months that I was in South America, like probably June through August, every period I had, I couldn't stick a tampon straight in. Like, it had to either go to the left or the right. I couldn't go straight in. And I'm like, that's not ever been a thing before. I've never had that be a thing.
Yeah, so that's cause for wanting to go to the doctor.
Yeah. So maybe I would have like eventually gone in the United States, but I wouldn't have been motivated.
Yeah,
for
not
sure.
Like that.
Like,
yeah.
When I found out I needed that hysterectomy, I had a video call with my doctor in Colombia the morning after I got back to the United States. And that's when she told me I needed a hysterectomy. And I was like, okay, so my plans have changed. And like from that day until a couple of weeks ago, my main focus has been getting that taken care of.
That's wild. we still have a couple of symptoms left.
Still fighting the COVID, kind of. I mean,
yeah, it's such a lingering thing.
Yeah.
And it never got any worse.
No.
It just lasted forever. And you're just like, you're over it by day 5.
Yeah.
You're like, this is enough.
Yeah. And we're both negative now. I
Yeah.
tested negative yesterday. So, we're over it, but still not. Like, the effects just linger for so long.
I'm still tired.
Yeah.
I still have a little fatigue.
I still have the sniffles a little bit.
I did too earlier.
But in comparison, definitely feel much better than I have.
Yeah, it's making its
2
exit.
weeks.
Yeah. Ugh.
And like this past week, being laid up and being sick, like I was thinking, it's crazy that like the week that I have a hysterectomy is the same week that I get COVID, and I've never had COVID, at least not that I know of. But the only confirmed case I've ever had to this point is this one.
Same.
So it
and
was
you
just,
had it right when you had your surgery.
Right.
I had it right when
Double
I had my
whammy.
period. In fact, the day you went in for surgery to have your uterus removed, I started my period.
Yeah, I remember.
Which is a couple of days late, actually, because actually 4 days late than usual.
Yeah.
I should have been in October. At the end of October, I was the 1st of November, and I was like, well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to start my period the day she has her uterus removed.
And of course I'm going to get COVID after having a hysterectomy. Like I've never had that shit. That's my first time ever having it. And I got it while I'm recovering from a hysterectomy. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, I know. But I can vouch that it never fails. I always, like, you always get your period on an event. So do I. I'm sure
anymore.
a lot of girls do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-ching.
Yep.
But whenever I get sick, it's always right when I have my period. So I get to do both.
Yeah.
I have my period and then I'm sick at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a cold or sinuses or COVID or whatever.
Fun times. At least you're not one of those people that's always sick. Like I was thinking about that the other day.
A couple. I've gone, I think, like 4 years, the longest in between being sick before.
Yeah.
This time it was 2.5, which was really good.
Yeah.
But
I'm usually never sick.
Me
like
either.
Maybe once every year, once every 2 years, maybe. But yeah, I was thinking about it the other day, like, because I've gone through personally, probably I shouldn't have been, but I've gone through the house a couple times with like Clorox wipes and wiped all the surfaces, all the doorknobs, all the things that we all touch, the, refrigerator door, tons of stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Uh-huh.
Just like as, okay, we're all coming out of this virus now.
Yeah.
So we've got to start cleansing, wash the sheets, switch out your toothbrush, all those things. And it got me thinking, like, people that are chronically sick, not like with a disease, but like people that always have the sniffles and a little bit of a cough or like nauseous all the time. Is most of that because they don't clean their house?
No. They have a terrible immune system.
And they might be in a shitty environment too.
Because there is such a thing as too clean.
Okay, but check this out though. Like, I used to work with this girl. I worked with her for years. And her husband, and her 2 kids were always sick. At least one of them in the house. At least one. Yeah. All the time is sick.
Super
if it's not
clean
the kids. I mean, yeah, like hygienically, but like you never really know what people's houses are like, Like, and I never went to her house, and I don't know, man.
I have a friend.
There's no way you guys can always, all the time be sick.
I have a friend, and I won't mention her name. I love her to death. She's a clean OCD fanatic, like Danny times 10. Like, you can smell bleach when you walk into her house. And they're always sick. And I'm like, maybe
like the whole family?
Like the whole family all the time. Whenever one gets sick, they all get sick. Wow. And it's all the time. Just 4 kids. Yeah. So they're in school. They're catching it from other kids. They're bringing it home. They're gross.
Yeah,
they're wiping
gross.
their...
Yeah, they're gross.
But
Kid
she's
juice
constantly
on everything.
behind them just wiping everything. And I'm like, maybe there's no good bacteria in the house.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's too clean and they're not building up an immune system to their environment.
Yeah.
I'm a true believer in that. Now, I'm also a freak if I see a dirty baseboard.
Right, and that's more what I'm referring to. Or I don't mean like...
You're thinking of like dust.
Yes.
Like stuff that will make you sick.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, like you don't go through every
like you don't
few
vacuum
months.
and shit like that. Okay.
Yes, you don't pick the
that will
lamps up
make
and
you
wipe
sick.
Yeah, dude.
And if people are like hoarders and stuff, there's like, okay, for instance, Bruce's parents had a plumbing problem and didn't know it.
Yeah.
It was underneath.
Mold.
Yeah. So they were getting mold on drywall behind the cabinets in the kitchen. And they didn't know. They didn't know until Bruce pulled the dishwasher out and he was like, oh my gosh, look at all that.
That's why you're always sick.
And I was like, that's why they're always sick.
Yeah. And there's that too. Like, I wonder how much of people's environment is the reason why they're always sick.
I think it's probably like 70%.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand
For
you,
sure.
you catch a virus. There's nothing you can do about that. You get,
No, but we're here to kill COVID.
right. It's
like,
just,
this ain't no joke, dude.
right.
Yeah, we've gone over the doorknobs probably 20 times combined this week.
At least.
But
yeah.
I also believe that you can pass crap back and forth.
Yeah.
With COVID, I don't know, because of antibodies and all that.
Right. I mean, there to a certain extent you can. Technically you can, but it's highly unlikely because if you've already had the virus, then you have, the antibodies. Now, there are different strains. Different strains, affect different areas and blah, blah, blah.
Everybody's
get
different. It affects everybody so differently.
In a virus, any kind of virus, the flu, the common cold, if you've already had it, the chances of you getting it again in the next few months is not likely.
No.
It's not likely.
Yeah.
But still, it's always better to err on the side of caution of okay, let's just go through and clean everything.
Well, and because we don't want to spread it to anybody else.
Right.
Like my mom comes over.
Oh, for sure.
Or, we can't be spreading it. I
think at this point we've cleaned it up. Like me and you, it's almost instinct now. Just I think I'll just clean all the surfaces for a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're all negative at this point, so I think
I'm done with it. I don't ever want to talk about it again.
Yeah,
actually.
right.
I feel like it was lined up in the stars, of course.
I mean, if there was any time for me
I'm glad,
to get it, this is the best time.
I'm glad we didn't get it when it was really bad.
Yeah, same.
We could have been really freaking sick, dude.
It's weird because, obviously it's not good to have COVID on top of recovering from a surgery, but then also, I already had the time off, so...
You might as well.
I'm not missing any work. Yeah. I would have been out anyway, so it's kind of more convenient that it happened this way.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah,
it's weird how shit works out. Man.
I know, dude. I know.
Isn't it?
But yeah, I mean, at least it wasn't a bad strain.
Yeah,
it really felt more like a cold.
It
a
did.
Head cold.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had a bad cold, and it was kind of worse than that. Besides the fever, the low grade fever, as soon as I got rid of that, I was like, okay, I'm smooth sailing now. I can do this.
And that was a day.
Yeah.
That was one day. It was a day and a half for me.
Go get your vaccines.
Yeah.
It really makes it easier. I mean, it's not going to keep you from getting it. It's going to keep the symptoms from being bad.
Right.
I have asthma, and it should have killed me.
Yeah.
But
it was really mild.
Really mild, except, I can't speak for every strain or everybody. But
for sure. The fatigue is
the
worst.
Get your vaccine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Could have been worse.
The excellent thing about being laid up is I've got all kinds of material.
We've been bored.
Super bored. Actually, I've been going through lots of social media and seeing lots of things. And then Phoebes, my good friend Phoebes from England, sent a care package with a coloring book and some crayons.
It's like an adult coloring book.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool because...
I have my works here, actually.
You can tear... So they're perforated.
Yeah.
So you can frame them if you want after you're done.
So, I had all these things that I wanted to do. First, let me build up to this, okay? Because this has been a whole thing.
How did we get here, Annie?
How did we get here? That's an excellent...
How did we get here, Annie?
How did we get here? Okay, so... I knew that this surgery was going to be
a real bitch.
They say 6 to 8 weeks recovery.
Okay.
Which to me, I was like, well, yeah, but I've known women that have, they're working after 3 weeks. So I was like, surely I'll be, the recovery won't be that bad. I'll be back to work soon, blah, blah, blah. Right.
Yeah.
So I had all these things that I was going to do while I'm laid up. I'm like, I'm going to have all this time on my hands. I mean, if it does end up being 3 to 4 weeks recovery, what am I going to do with all this time? Surely I'll be bored and I'll have energy to do things, right?
Yeah, well.
So, I thought, as you can see here, I made a little slideshow of all the things that I thought that I would be doing.
Wait, is this you doing?
I'm laid up. So this is me doing my ABO license credits. In order to keep my optician's license, I must renew it every 2 years, and I'm due for continuing education classes. And so I thought, I'll do my continuing education to renew my license this year. So that's me doing that. Yeah, then I was also going to start online Spanish classes because, that's been a goal of mine while I'm here in the United States, to continue to learn Spanish and start learning proper Spanish rather than just what I learn in the streets. So that's what that represents. The other thing that I, wanted to do while I have all this time. I bought Tom Segura's new book a couple of months ago.
Sweet.
And it's just been sitting in my bag. I have not attempted to even start reading it yet. And I thought, hey, I've got that book. I'm going to read that book while I'm laid up. No.
I have a book I need to finish too. Let's just do it like our fast. Like that night, Monday night, after we finish eating, we have to read our book.
I am into that.
Book.
I'm into that. Okay. Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. Let's see what else we have here on my little slideshow. Yeah. Yeah, this is another thing that I've just had sitting in my room for the last...
We have not even begun. Well,
I did a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah, and the software didn't work out.
Right. So I switched out the software, and now it works. I figured that out. And I started to learn it. And then I started working, and job kind of took over and whatever. Excuses.
Yeah.
But I thought, hey, I'm going to have all this time. I'll learn how to use that MIDI and the software. Yeah, so these were my plans.
Open projects.
Oh, yeah.
Bother you.
Candles. We were going to make candles. So many candles.
Oh, well, that's not going away.
Yeah, I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it's we can make it happen.
I
just gotta
have
do it.
Come to the conclusion that is an expensive hobby.
I kind of figured it might be.
So 6 ounces of essential oil, 6.5 ounces
per candle,
$30.
How much does it take one candle to make one candle? Did I say that right? How much does
1 ounce? So each 8 ounce candle of wax takes an ounce. So it really an ounce of liquid oil scent.
Okay.
And 7 ounces of wax.
For the little ones.
Yeah. An ounce of liquid. Yeah, it's an expensive hobby.
Well, I've done none of it. And I thought that I was just going to be a candle making queen by the end of this. But I failed to do so. I do, however, have the results of what I did do while I'm laid up. Here's the first layer of evidence. I did a lot of that.
I have a nurse dog.
Yeah,
She's
and
a
lots
nurse.
of me and Witten cuddling. I've got my water there and my toilet paper and all my medicines. Just that's been me for 2 weeks. Also, Phoebes's care package had the coloring book, and I've done a lot of that. So I brought my works.
Yes.
I call this one Ninja Cat.
Ninja Cat.
It's probably my favorite one. Let's see. This one. This one's actually unfinished.
I like the penguins.
So yeah, I'll finish this one tonight. These are the penguins. At first I thought it was going to be a boy and a girl, and then I said, no, that sucks. They're best friends. So 2 penguin best friends. This one Tracy did.
Hi.
Yeah.
Look at my
little Christmas bear.
Bear. Isn't he cute?
Stinks real bad.
Yeah.
This was the first one I did.
I love that one.
Yeah, this has like chickens and birds and whatnot. And then,
Oh,
actually, this
yeah.
was the first one.
Stinky.
Yeah, he smells terrible. Look.
He's adorable.
Yeah, he is cute.
He looks like the little dogs at Elvisino's
Yeah.
in Dallas.
So that's what I did with all my time.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
haven't been anywhere, speaking of.
No. Today we
don't
went
have
to Target.
we don't have a restaurant review, do we?
No.
Yeah, because we haven't
No.
been anywhere.
Went to Target today. That was fun. But like anytime we went to the grocery store yesterday,
Yeah.
and that was the first time officially I had been anywhere
Yeah.
in these entire 2 weeks. And it was like halfway through, I remember telling Tracy, like, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
Like, this is hard.
It was
This is
hard. It was hard. We ended up buying a bunch of trash, too. That's okay.
Yeah,
We're healing.
exactly. That's the excuse.
Yeah.
When I went to the doctor today, I was like, dude, I would not be surprised if I weighed like 5 pounds more than I did when I had the surgery.
No, he just took 5 pounds out of you.
That's true, yeah, because I weighed exactly the same. I was like, there's no way. I've been eating like such a pig. But I weighed the same.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy seeing those pictures, man.
That is insane.
Yeah. Like, when I think about going back to work, I just need to remember those pictures. And
I can't believe I saw your uterus.
Yeah.
Like, not many people can say that.
I can't believe that much stuff was taken out of my body.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you...
those are organs that were just taken out. And
yeah.
that's crazy. And I'm over here like, I'll be back at work in 2 weeks. Like, bitch, you are sans organs. Like, nah, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
I highly underestimated the entire process. Really, I was super naive about it, I think. I was just, going based on what I'd seen from other people, and you can't do that.
I think it's best to go in that way, though. It's
I mean,
better
yeah.
to go in like that than freaked out.
Yeah, it's better to go and chill for sure.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I did want to mention this on the podcast because this was a super trippy part of this entire surgery. So because I did have so many fibroids on my uterus, not just the one big mass, he didn't really see those in the sonogram.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he ended up having to take my cervix as well, because there were fibroids wedged in between the cervix and the uterus, and he wouldn't have been able to save the cervix. So he had to take that too. And so he didn't even think that this surgery would be as intense as it was. I was supposed to be in there for an hour and a half, and he said it took about 2.5 hours. I was under for much longer than he anticipated. And when I came out, they took me to my little, cubby. And I was laying there with my eyes closed. I was really out of it. I knew that I wouldn't be able to respond if anyone asked me a question. But I could hear everything that was going on around me. I was cognitive of where I was and that there were nurses around me. And I heard my nurse, who introduced himself before I went to the OR, I heard him tell another nurse, no, I'm not leaving her. She lost a lot of blood and she looks pale, and I'm not leaving her here. And I was like, what? Because I knew he was talking about me.
Yeah.
And I knew how I felt in that moment. And I was just like, I just kept telling my mom, like, this sucks so bad.
Yeah.
This sucks so bad. It just felt like it wasn't really pain. It felt like there was a balloon inside of me, like blown up.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oof.
pressure, like a lot of pressure. And I kept telling my nurse, I need to poop. He was like, no, you don't. I was like, but I do. Like, I feel it. And he's like, I know, but that's not.
Yeah, but you can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to even if I tried.
No.
But that's what it felt like.
Oof.
It was crazy.
That is crazy.
Really trippy experience. I was definitely humbled by the whole thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Hopefully after this week, I'll be feeling normal enough to resume.
Yeah, I think after this week, you'll be a little. You'll get better every day. A little bit better every day.
Well, another thing that has come to my attention,
because we're gonna need to go back to Target, actually.
Oh yeah, no, we do have to go back to Target, which is not a bad thing.
No, Starbucks and Target, can't beat it.
But in all my free time, I have also come across. So, okay. Last time we did this podcast, I would say last week, but we skipped last week.
Yeah.
So the last time we were on, we talked a little bit about Tom Brady and Gisele.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
We just kind of scratched the surface. It was just kind of like a passing thing, like, oh yeah, they're getting divorced, and we kind of
we were right.
Yeah, of course. We gave our analysis of what's going on. And come to find out, so I made a little clip, right, of our podcast. I'll take like little clips and I'll edit them together to promote the episode.
Okay.
Well, one of them was that clip of us talking about Tom Brady and Gisele. Posted it, and I got some responses from people telling me that Gisele is a witch. This is a theory, okay, and it's mostly on TikTok and Instagram a little, but apparently Gisele is a witch, and she's been giving Tom Brady potions and doing spells and rituals to keep him on top in the NFL.
This is such an excellent rumor. Like,
yeah, but check it out.
I've never heard this accusation of witchery in Hollywood ever.
I never have either, but I'm about to show you something that's going to blow your tits off.
I have in my ancestry 2 females that were burned at the stake.
That's
for
pretty cool.
Sorcery in like the 1500s.
Nice.
Way back then when they did that crap.
Yeah, but then again, like,
I know a witch when I see one.
back then, but back then they would burn you at the stake for dancing in the forest.
Oh,
like,
no. The count that did it, like the count that burned them at the stake, did it so he could take the family's money. So
so
he was found guilty of accusing innocent people later on.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to deny that they weren't witches.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they definitely exist.
They could have been. I don't know. You will never know.
Gisele is Brazilian also, and that type of
is
folklore and
is it Wiccan or paganism or what is it called?
I'm unsure. I just know that after spending 2 years in Latin America, they're definitely more inclined to believe.
It's also
in
very
such
big
things.
in Africa, Uganda.
Yeah. So I mean, so all right, I went down this rabbit hole, right? Because I had more than a couple of people reach out after I put that clip up and say, "Hey, you should check this out."
Okay.
So I did some digging, and I went beyond what I saw on TikTok, because anyone can get on and say anything.
Yeah,
right?
those videos are just whatever.
So I went to YouTube and I looked for evidence, and I found this clip of Tom Brady. I guess he's doing some kind of like, it's an interview, but he's getting shaved at the same time. I guess it's for Gillette, so they're doing a thing. And they're just, asking him questions about Gisele, and, well, here we go.
Going into the game, any special thing you carried into the game on Sunday that you had tucked away somewhere?
I did. I always, I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. And she's so about the power of intention, and believing things that are really going to happen.
Okay.
And she always makes a little altar for me at the game because she just wills it so much.
Pretty normal so far. Nothing that would alarm me too much.
I mean,
yeah, but an altar could mean anything. An altar could be these pictures, or it doesn't necessarily mean like an altar that you see in the movies that's in someone's closet that they've been building with people's hair and shit.
Just,
you know what I mean?
I'm paying attention to the words he's using very carefully, especially in that first sentence.
Yeah,
before this one when he said intention.
For sure. And it definitely gets deeper.
And so she put together a little altar for me that I could bring with pictures of my kids, and I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones, and she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. And I say,
takes these drops she makes
Okay,
mantras.
so pause it for a second. The stones are probably rune stones, more than likely. And then I don't know what the drops would be, unless it was like a calming herbal oil. I know for a fact it's a tincture.
Well, people on the internet are saying that it's potions.
Well, a tincture. So a tincture is a potion.
Yeah. So like, blessed potions or things of that nature.
So
he says she makes me take these drops and says all the mantras.
And I stopped questioning her a long time ago. I did. I just shut up and listened. And at first I was like, this is kind of crazy. And then about 4 years ago, we were playing the Seahawks, and she said, you better listen to me. This is your year, but this is all the things you're going to have to do to win. And I did all those things, and by God, it worked. It was pretty good. And then in 2015, it was about early January, and she said, you know how much I love you? And I said, yeah. And she said, I just want to let you know this is not going to be your year. Oh. And of course we lost. I said, what does 16 look like? And she said, 16 is going to be your year. So it was early January this year, and I said, babe, asking, do we have a chance? And she said, yeah, but you're going to have to do a lot of work, and you're really going to have to listen to me. So, man, I listened to her. And right after the game, she said, see, I did a lot of work. You do your work, I do mine.
You do your work.
So he is a cheater.
Oh, oh my God, that's the best possible response.
This dude over here doing spells and shit.
Confirmed.
Cheating ass, dude.
That is the best response you could have had.
I knew he wasn't a real ass football player,
He'd be
man.
cheating.
Totally. Gisele and Tom Brady. Deflated balls and oh my God. Dude, I need another drink.
So they're now saying,
I feel like Kermit the Frog over here, like none of my business.
So the rumor is now that the reason why he looks so terrible now, because she stopped giving him that tincture. Giving it to him, yeah. So now he's losing his favor, and she's taking her power back.
Well, and everything comes back 3 times full.
Oof.
So anything he asked for is probably going to get taken away times 3.
I mean, we finna see. That's crazy, though, isn't it? I had no idea that this was a thing. Not one clue.
I knew it was still practiced, but I didn't
know about them too.
Yeah, but we need to research Brazilian witchcraft.
Yeah.
And see what kind of... We need to research this. Oh, I'm going down a rabbit hole tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is good, juicy stuff.
It's good
man.
shit, right?
Juicy. Do you think he's making this crap up?
No.
And that everybody just went off of this to create that rumor?
I don't think he's making up anything in this scenario. I think he's being completely candid.
Okay.
It just doesn't seem malicious to me in any way. And also, why would that be a rumor that you would want to start? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Why would you put that out there if it wasn't true?
It's a really weird rumor to put out there. You don't hear that rumor in Hollywood.
Yeah. So I don't think that this is fake at all. I think he is actually giving people a glimpse into his actual life with Gisele. As far as what's being said on the internet, that's of course people taking it
to the most
extreme.
What did they say?
I mean, basically
they all said the same thing.
That she does spells and gives him potions, and which I could see that you could derive that from this, because he says she gives me things to drink and makes me say mantras. And which would be spells and potions, right? Yeah. So people can take that and they can contort it and take it to the most extreme degree. Or you can take it at face value and say, well, I know a lot of people that, believe in the power of crystals and healing stones and things of that nature.
Cleansing with sage.
Who
all
aren't
that,
necessarily witches.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just it's a form of spirituality.
And self-soothing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can take it at face value, or you can go the more extreme route.
Agreed, yeah.
Either way, it's juicy,
yeah,
isn't
it is. It's crazy that is where everybody went with it.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all.
I don't know how comfortable I would be if I were in the limelight like her in Hollywood and people started accusing me of that.
I mean,
if I was, it wouldn't
that's part
bother
of it,
me.
though.
Yeah.
I don't think she probably cares either way.
I don't think she does either.
I
don't
shit.
think that she's going to respond to it either
No.
at all. She's not even going to say.
Unless there are responses out there and we just haven't seen it.
No, she's too good to respond to hogwash like that, I guess.
I mean, apparently she's already dating someone new, which I saw, those pictures. And
she's been giving somebody else the tincture.
But, maybe.
Totally.
I don't even know who that fool is. I barely saw I saw the article in passing and I was like, nah, I'm on the witch
It's
thing.
her jujitsu instructor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe he's going to be the new world's jiu-jitsu champion.
All rich women fall for their trainer. Trainers are just trainers.
Oh, man.
Let's just say that. Just leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a juicy story.
Isn't it?
But, I mean, neither one are denying. I haven't heard a denial from either side. Although I haven't...
We haven't heard of this.
I haven't dived yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I barely scratched the surface.
I'm swan diving into this one tonight. This is going to be my project.
I have no information on how either side has responded on these rumors, even if they have at all. I have no idea. I didn't go that far with it. I found this video and I was like, okay,
well, I'm getting on her Wikipedia tonight.
Yeah. It doesn't say much.
Doesn't?
No, you're going to have to dig in the
find out what region she's from in Brazil and find out what kind of...
you're going on the witchcraft route?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to know for sure. It's when people were first sending me that stuff on, TikTok and like, hey, you should check this out. This is a thing. I'm like, yeah, but it's TikTok. Like anybody can put up a green screen and be like, have you seen that Gisele's a witch and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, then I found this.
A spell really, in essence, is a manifestation.
Yeah.
Those little
manifestation with intention.
Those little trinkets are tools, just like somebody at the bingo hall is using in front of their bingo cards for their superstitious beliefs.
Right.
That's tools to manifest. So it's probably manifestation.
Yeah.
I'm going to chalk it up as that. I don't know.
I would be more inclined to take it at face value for what he's saying in this video rather than to be like, oh, she's a witch and she does potions and spells. Yeah,
I would never sit there and go,
that makes it sound like she's in a dark room somewhere like,
yeah.
Tom Brady will win. I don't think we're doing all that.
This is not dark.
No.
It's not dark.
No, I don't think so either.
No, not at all.
I don't think so either. And
it's funny.
I think he's being really truthful and candid in this.
I think it's funny. I mean, I think it's typical.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially for Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, man, he been cheating this whole time. We knew it, you bald, deflating bastard. We knew it.
All this time he's taking tinctures. I can't wait to tell JoJo. She is going to flip out.
Yeah, for sure. Because she definitely doesn't know any of this, I bet.
I love it. I love it
for
so
sure.
much.
We'll definitely bring it up.
I love it so much.
She Wants the D. So, I think that's all I got for us for this one. Woo! We'll definitely follow up on this for show. And try to be back next week before the holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be doing much better then. I'm
Thanksgiving.
doing much better now.
Yeah.
Just like not, like definitely I'm at about 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe 40.
Next week is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is
We're
it
gonna eat.
already next week?
It's a week from Thursday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, we'll see you guys then. Peace.
Peace.